welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have an inspired look, and I would like to start off by saying that I try to get inspired by the celebrities in the Golden Globes, and I was a little bit disappointed. I know that the new trend is to look very natural and to wear makeup as if you were not wearing anything. I've been hearing this for a while now, but even though there were some celebrities that tried to look like they were wearing makeup, but still pretty much always the same thing. I don't ever get to see something innovative or, great that I would like to emulate. So I struggled a little bit to choose my picks. I have 2 or 3 girls that I liked, and I'm going to start with the one that I liked the most, and it was Lana del Rey. I have a picture that I found where it was very easy to see her makeup. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. And this is the picture. Hopefully my camera will pick up. Let's see, come on, you can do it. This is the picture and this is the makeup. So this is my take for her makeup on the Golden Globes 2015. If you're interested in learning how I did this look, please keep watching. So I'm going to start with a bare face. I have nothing on. I'm going to start by prepping my skin. And for that, I'm going to be using my number 28 primer serum from Hourglass. I'm just going to do a tiny pump that I'm going to place with my hands. I'm going to spread that product evenly. Now for this look, I'm going to be using my Match Master foundation from MAC. I match the color 40, and I usually just pump about 3 pumps in my hand, and then just grab and make dots all across my face and start buffing in the product. I'm using a flat kabuki F80. This is from Sigma brushes, but you can use the preferred brush that you want or that you like for your foundation application. I do have some marks that I want to cover up, so I'm going to be using a concealer. This is Boing from Benefit, and I match color number 2. And a concealer brush, this is F75. I'm going to grab the product, and what I usually do is grab a good amount, warm it up in my hand, and then come to the places that I want to conceal. And I try to find a color that is a true match to my skin. I'm also going to go on the corners of my mouth, sides of my nose, and then I'm going to go back with the brush that I was using and whatever is left of foundation and just buff out the concealer so that it blends with the foundation. Now I'm going to grab this is a round powder brush. This is number 60. This is the Pro line of Sephora, and I'm going to go with my Bare Minerals Veil. The way that I do that is by just getting a little bit of the product in the lid and then just buffing in to seal my foundation. Now I want you to see her picture. She has nice arched brows, so I'm going to try to emulate that soft round. I usually do them a little bit different, a little bit more pointy, but I'm going to try to emulate a round brow instead. Alright, so I have finished my brows. I'm going to do eyeshadows, and I'm going to start as always with a good eye primer base. I'm going to be using my NARS Smudge Proof. I'm going to place that all over my lid. So I'm just going to place a little bit of the product and then just distribute it evenly with my finger. Now for this look, I'm going to use my holy grail of the great eyeshadows. This is the Lorac Mega Pro, and she looks like she has real matte eyeshadows in her face. So I'm going to be going with color white, and this is just an off-white, and I'm going to place that in the lid, on the lower lid. This is just a regular white. You could also use gesso if you have that. Once that you have applied that, I'm going to come with my Diffuse Crease E38 from Sigma, and I'm going to grab color Fawn. This is a very light medium brown. So go windshield wiping motions with that color. Now I'm going to grab my flat definer. This is E15, and this is great for defining your lower lash line the way that she has it. And I'm just looking at the picture here. She looks like she has a nice brown maroon color. So for that, I'm going to grab Dusty Plum and Espresso, mixing both, finishing with Espresso, and I'm going to come right underneath my lower lashes and not touching my waterline. I'm just going to go underneath my lashes. I'm just going to come underneath. Just like that. One thing that you will notice is that depending on the pictures, in some of the pictures it looks very white on the lower lid, and in some other ones there's some warmth to it, like it could also be a very light pink. So to create that effect, I'm going to grab a blending brush like E25, and I'm going to go with blush. This is a soft pink color, and I'm going to very lightly go on top of the white, very lightly, to create that warmth that she has there. Now it doesn't look like she's wearing much on her brow bone, so I'm going to be mixing up both colors, cream and fawn, which is the color that I used on the crease, which is going to give me a little bit more lighter color for my brow bone, and just dust it underneath my brow. Now I would say that for eyeshadows, that's pretty much all she has. Now I'm going to do the eyeliner, and her eyeliner is a little bit winged, but there's something very particular in her eye shape. It's very elongated and almondy, so it's not the regular cat eye that we all recreate. It's very round shaped in the eye. So it looks to me that it's black liner, so I'm going to do it with black liner. If you have something like a very dark brown, it will also work, but I'm going to go with Trooper from Kat Von D, and I'm going to try to recreate that eye shape. I'm not going to come all along into my tear though. I'm going to start a little bit further away, and I'm going to do a very thin line, and then start following the natural shape up to the very end of your eye. You're not going to wing it all together until the very end. Now I'm going to try to go and just do a little tail. Just a little tail, and come back here. There you go. So you basically will follow all the natural shape of your eye until the very end, and then you just try to elongate that without really winging it too much. The color that I usually use for my waterline is Sephora Infinite Beige. This is how it looks like. She looks like she has something in the waterline, but it's not white, so I could almost bet that it's something like this. If you see that I have a little bit of a highlight in here, so I'm going to try to emulate that as well. And I'm going to do that with a little bit of shimmer, just a tiny bit of shimmer. And for that I'm going to use sand. So I'm going to grab just a tiny bit and place it right in the tear dot area. Alright, so before you actually put on your mascara, which is the last step after the falsies, I'm going to put on concealer because she has no under eye circles in her face. So I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown. This is the Natural Creamy Concealer, and I'm going to go with this guy because I love how it sets on my eyes. I usually also use the Pro Airbrush Concealer number 57 from Sephora, and I grab the color, warm it up in the back of my hand. This is a little bit different from the one that I applied first because it is a little bit yellowish, so it helps a lot more on the under eye area. So I'm just coming here. Then I'm going to set it with the other side. That's why I love so much this product, because it already comes with the setting powder. It's kind of like a banana powder. Alright, so now that you have done that, you can go ahead and curl up your lashes, put on mascara, and put on some falsies. Alright, so for this look I went ahead and placed individuals, and I placed them just on the outer side from the center, kind of 1/3 out of my eye, and the rest was just mascara. Now I have to say that she doesn't look like she has a lot of contour going on. Maybe a little bit on the nose and just a tiny bit here, but nothing really major. So I'm going to try to emulate that. I would usually contour with Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced, but since I want a very toned down contour, I'm going to go with Milk Chocolate Soleil, which is a little bit lighter. And I'm going to come right on the hollows of my cheeks. I'm kind of just going to create a shadow from my ears all along the hollows of my cheeks. And this color is a little bit more discreet for contouring. It gives a little bit of warmth to the face. And now don't get me wrong, I know that I'm not as fair as she is, so I'm not trying to really have 100% of a match there, but I can tell that she doesn't have a very strong contour, so that's why for my specific tone I'm using a lighter tone to contour than I normally would. I'll just go in the temples. She doesn't look contoured on the hairline, so I'm just doing the temples just a little bit. And I can tell that she has a little bit of contour in the jawline and in her nose. So for the nose, I'm going to go right on the sides of my nose. To create the illusion of a slimmer, straighter nose. And then definitely on the tip, because she has a very tipped up nose. Alright, and now for highlight. She seems to have a very subtle, glowy look and finish. So for that, I'm going to be using my Girl Meets Pearl highlighter. I'm just going to grab a little bit with my fingers, and I'm going to pat it on my cheekbones. I'm just patting it with my fingers. You can use a brush if you want, but I think this gives me a little bit more of control on where I want to put it. So I'm just placing the highlight with my fingers on the tops of my cheeks. I'm going to go down center of my nose, very subtle, a little bit of my forehead and chin. A lot more. I'm placing a lot more attention to my cheeks because she looks so glowy that I'm really just placing a lot more attention to my cheeks. She doesn't look like she's wearing a lot of blush. I'm going to go very easy on the blush. And for the blush, I'm going to go with Tarte Prim, which is this color here. It's not very heavy, and I'm just going to come right on the sides and bring that warmth to the apples, but very, very softly. She looks like she doesn't even is wearing a blush at all. I'm just putting it because I know there has to be some there, right? And now to the lips. I know that she's wearing a very nice brown nude. So for that brown nude, I'm going to mix two products. I'm going to be using Lolita from Kat Von D. This is the liquefied everlasting lipstick. I'm going to place that first. This looks very much like the color that she has, almost a perfect match, but she has a very nice contoured lip. So I'm going to go with Melted in Nude, and I'm going to highlight that lip and give that moisture that she shows in the picture, because she doesn't have a complete matte look. So I'm going to go on top of it with Nude. So let me know, guys, what you think. Does it resemble what she was wearing that day? It is my take. I'm not a big fan of reproducing looks that already exist, because to me it takes a little bit away of my creativity, but it was highly suggested, so here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and to like the video if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care. Bye!